So, hello students. Now we are going to do D block elements. Now, first we need to define what is D block elements. Okay. So now let me go to whiteboard, and there I'm going to write down the definition. Elements in which last electron goes to the d orbital in its penultimate shell. Penultimate shell means second last shell. Now let's try to understand the definition. Now let me take you to my screen where I am going to show you periodic table, and there I'll show you where is exactly D block is located. Just a sec. Yeah. Now you can see this. Here is our periodic table, little small but cute periodic table. And in this periodic table, you'll find here is the D block element. It starts from here and ends here. This is called D block element. D block. Okay. Acha, there is another name to this particular element, this group of elements. This is also called transition element. Now question arises, why this name given transition element? Reason being, these elements are present in between S block and P block. What does it mean? S block is extremely reactive metal, which are very happy to lose electron, and on the other side P block, this is P block elements are those elements who love to accept electron. So D block elements they have the property in between S block and P block. That's why they are called transition element. Got my point? Understood, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you look at this D block element, there you can find this is one D block series, another, third series, fourth series. So there are 4 series of D block elements. The first series is called 3D series. 3D series. Second is called 4D series. Then 5D series. Then 6D series. Why their name is coming as 4D series, 5D series, 3D series? Okay. So let me explain that. When last electron goes to 3D orbital, that is called 3D series. Any element whose last electron goes to 3D orbital, that is called 3D series. It means it comes under D block, but within the D block there is a subcategory, that is 3D series. Am I clear? Hello? Hello?
Yes,
Am I
yes,
clear?
sir.
So can you explain again, sir, please?
Yeah. What I'm trying to say, let me clear all those things. See, this series I'm talking about. As a whole, this particular zone is called D block elements. This is called D block elements. Okay. Okay. So I am saying within that D block element, there are some subcategories. The first, scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, all these elements are called 3D series. Similarly, these elements are called
4D series.
4D series. Then, Vishwaraj, are you there? Vishwaraj? What happened to
Yes,
Vishwaraj?
sir.
Okay.
Yes, I'm there.
5D series, and last, let me change the color. Oh, it's not visible. Let me make it black. Here is this is 6D series. So this, let's not focus on all those subcategories, just focus on D block. D block is clear to you. Okay, now I'm going to whiteboard, and there I'm going to write down general electronic configuration of D block elements. Here definition is there. Vishwaraj, if you haven't seen it, just note it down from there. Okay, now let me show you how penultimate shell is working here. So if this is the nucleus of the atom, this is the shell number 1, shell 2, shell 3, shell 4, 5. It will go on like that. In the first shell, you will find S, then it will be SP, then SPD, then SPDF, then SPDFG. G is hypothetically possible, practically it is not required. Okay, so now I am adding electron in this particular atom. How am I adding electron? Just look at here. This is going on systematically and very in a straightforward manner. But after doing this much, electron will not go to D. It will jump, and it will go to S. Now it will come back from there and will come at D. So officially our valence shell is this. This is our official valence shell. And what is the number? Let me write down the number. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. So total shells are 4 for us right now. Now our last shell is 4, but where the last electron is going? In 4 or in 3? Purab, Vishwaraj.
So in 3.
In 3. So this.
So due to energy level of the orbital.
Exactly. There is a reason why it is going so, but I am not going to discuss that reason right now. So my point is that last electron is supposed to go to last shell, in the last shell, but here it is not going in the last shell, it is going one shell before that. This is called penultimate shell. So this is third shell is called penultimate shell.
I want to ask something, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
So in the definition, it's written the element in which last electrons go to the D orbital of its penultimate, which means second last shell. So,
yeah.
So the line which you have brought from S to P, and then you said that it's taking a jump from up from D and then going to S and then coming to D.
It is electron jumps from P to S.
Yes, sir. P to S, then it's coming to D.
Yes, then coming back to D.
But why that, sir? But it can go like that line can normally come to D, na? Because already in second last shell.
Right. No, normally it doesn't happen. That is what I'm trying to mean. Why it doesn't happen? This is the whole series of energy levels you have read it or you have learned it.
L value of that energy.
This energy level of this 4s is lesser than the energy level of the 3D. That's why it happens like that. Do you remember Aufbau rule? We have done it. If you just go back to Aufbau rule, you will find 4s we write before the 3D. 3D comes after 4s. Right? And it is because of energy levels. So anyway, I'm not going to discuss the Aufbau rule here. So this is the fact that here last electron will not go to the last shell. That is what I am trying to emphasize on. This electron goes to this S orbital or P orbital of the last shell. Every time I was mentioning last shell, but now I'm not saying last shell. I'm saying last electron goes to not last shell. It goes to second last shell. Second last shell. So now I'm just going to give a formula for the valence shell electronic configuration. So if I consider last shell is N, what will be the second last shell? It will be N minus 1.
N minus 1.
And it will be N minus 2.
N minus 2 and N minus 3.
N minus 3. So now I need to take this D of n minus 1. So I am taking n minus 1 of D and ns. So how many electrons that can be occupied in S? Maximum can be 1. Minimum can be 1 and maximum can be 2. And in D, minimum can be 1 and maximum can be 10. Right or not?
Yes, sir.
Hello. And that is our general electronic configuration. So that's our general electronic configuration. I hope it is clear to you. Okay. Now you can note it down. By this time, should I erase it? Or you're okay? Okay, write it down.
Then what about the group and the period? So
Yeah,
period will be n and
I'm coming. I'm coming. Now, how to find out period and group from this electronic configuration? Very simple. Period number is equal to n. Every time period number is the last shell, and group number is (1 to 10) plus 1 to 2. Is it visible to everybody? Let
Yes,
me.
sir,
Yes,
it is
sir.
visible.
Yeah, let me write it little clearly. 1 to 10 plus 1 to 2. That is your group number. So now you know how to find out period number and group number from the valence shell configuration of D block elements.
So then, for group number, the thing which you have given 1 to 10 plus 1 to 2, the number which will come, then we'll do that same thing, na, that formula which you have given.
Right.
2 plus 10 plus 10.
Yes. No. Plus 10 only you need to do it and when it is a P block. In
sir.
other block you don't need to add 10. Simply whatever electrons they are on D and on S, you need to add them up and you will get the final group number. I'll show you the example. If you're done with writing part, then let me show the example. Then it will be more clear to you.
Yes, so I'm done with the writing part.
Sir, I'm writing, sir.
Okay, Abhishek. Let me take one example and then you'll understand better. So let me find out period number and group number for element nickel 28. Okay. So let me write down electronic configuration first. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d8. So now our valence shell electronic configuration, how to choose? It's a D block. That's why I will take this 3D and I will take valence shell as well, 4s. So this is your valence shell electronic configuration, right?
So your n is equal to 4 and n minus 1 is equal to 3.
Right. Now I need to find out period number and group number. Here period number is equal to, what is the last shell? Abhishek, can you tell me 3 or 4? Which should I consider as the last shell?
It's a 4.
Correct.
Yes, 4.
Abhishek, you are worried about 3 and 4. You know which is a bigger number? If you have 4 chocolates
Yes,
and 3
sir.
chocolates, which one you want to go with? 3 or 4? Of course 4. Fine. Achha. Now period number this, and now what is the group number? See group number carefully. 8 plus 2. You don't need to add 10. You know, I explained to you only in P block I need to add 10. Here you don't need to add 10. So how much it is coming? 10. So nickel ka, what will be the period number and group number? Period number is 4.
Number 4.
And
Group number
is
10. 8
now,
plus 2.
Yeah, I'm showing it from in the periodic table. How it is working. See this is our nickel. where is that? Yeah, nickel. See this?
And yes,
This is the period number, and here is the group number. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I will take
actually,
another.
the 10 is the group number, 4 is the period number.
Yeah. I said
You
something.
said.
Opposite. Okay.
So then, except P block, the other blocks S, D, everything will be normal, like just we add.
Simply you need to
Then
add them up. Yeah.
and in P we have to add plus 10.
Plus
That's all.
10. Perfect. I'm showing another example. Maybe that will be our last example.
Sir, don't show the example. Let us solve it first.
You want to solve? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Scandium 21. Can you tell me period number and group number? You do it yourself. I'm writing down electronic configuration. 2p6, 3s2, 3p6,
So period is 4 and group number is 3.
4s2. You're so fast, Vishwaraj. You are sir or I am sir? 3d1. So our valential electronic configuration is this. This is your first job to identify valential configuration. 3d, 1, 4s, 2. Now, after that, you need to find out period number. Period number is equal to 4. This is between 3 and 4. Of course, 4 is bigger. And group number is 1 plus 2. That is 3. Okay. So, Abhishek, group
Yes, sir.
number
I
is
also
3.
have done this. I've also done the
Excellent.
same thing, sir.
Excellent. I'm proud of you. Now I'm going back to periodic table and let me show the position of the scandium. Here is the scandium. See, this is the scandium. And what is the period number? You can see 3.
Yes, sir. Group number.
And what is the group number? 4. I think
Period number is
Group
4.
number is
and group
3
number
and
is
period is 4.
period is 4. Again, I have said something opposite.
Yes,
sir.
Okay, thank you very much for correcting me. So, group number is 4, period number is 3. Is it? Or again, I have said something opposite.
The opposite.
Anyway, this time intentional, but before actually it was unintentional. So nothing special about it. Okay. Anyway, now I think here with this particular concept we are going to stop for today's session. I hope you have enjoyed a lot. So we'll see in the next class, and there we'll do the F block, and F block is almost very simple. And we'll start with the periodic properties from the next class onward. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Fine. Chalo. Bye
Bye,
bye.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir.
Take
Thank
care.
you, sir.
Bye.